The goal of this tutorial is to connect your Raspberry Pi remotely to your Windows desktop. So first thing to do is, before moving to your computer, to your Windows desktop, you need to connect your Raspberry Pi through with an HDMI to a monitor that you have it. Maybe your TV would help. So basically we need to do this in order to change the configuration of the Raspberry Pi, because we need to enable the SSH of the Raspberry Pi, since by default it is disabled. So once you do this, which is you open a terminal and you write sudo raspi-config, then you go to interface option, SSH. Would you like the SSH servers to be enabled? Yes. And this is it, finished. So once we did this, the next thing, you will move to your Windows desktop and you should download the advanced IP scanner, which looks like this. So you can find this, just type advanced IP scanner, then go to this guy and you can click download and install this software. So let's open it. So make sure now your Raspberry Pi and your Windows desktop are connected to the internet through your router. So basically this will show the IP address of your router, and most importantly the IP address of your Raspberry Pi, which we are interested at. So this is the IP address of my router. I hope nobody can hack my computer after releasing this video. So this is the IP address of the Raspberry Pi, 192.168.0.108 in my case. So once we have this, we can save this number, and next thing you need to download on your Windows desktop PuTTY. So you have the link. I'll make sure to put the link below, and you click on this guy. In my case, I need to download the 64-bit, so it depends if you have it, if your computer is running at 32 bits or not. So in my case 64. So I click on this guy and install everything. So then I have my PuTTY. So this software enables you to connect remotely to your Raspberry Pi terminal, which is interesting. So you should set the username of your Raspberry Pi, which is in my case Pi, and usually by default is Pi, and the password is Raspberry by default, unless if you changed it previously. So now I am inside my Raspberry Pi. So this is equivalent. It's the same like going to connect, connecting your HDMI cable to a monitor and opening a terminal inside your Raspberry Pi. I'm doing exactly the same, but the difference, I'm doing it inside my Windows desktop, which is interesting. But this is not enough. We want to see the full Raspberry Pi desktop in our Windows desktop. So this is why you need to install xrdp. So first you need to install this in your Raspberry Pi. I already did this, so copy this. I'll make sure to copy the same and put it and paste it in your Raspberry Pi. Okay, I didn't copy it. I don't need to do it because I've already installed this. So you should do this and then press enter. So I won't install it, I already have it. Next, you need to install this guy, sudo apt-get install xrdp, after installing this. So once you finish from those two command lines, the last thing you should do is going to your remote desktop, and you should type the IP address of your Raspberry Pi, the one we find it here. By the way, you can also find it here, but this is after. You don't need to do this. As you can see, the IP of the Raspberry Pi is 192.168.0.108, which is the same one as here, which is good. So connect. So I should put the username of my Raspberry Pi and the password again, which is Raspberry by default again, unless if you changed it previously. And this is it. Now we have the desktop of our Raspberry Pi in the Windows desktop. Well, and I find this really interesting. It's pretty practical. You can do anything. You can copy something from your Windows and paste it here. It will work. And the nice thing, this is a Linux operating system, and this guy here is a Windows operating system. So it's pretty interesting to have two operating system in one screen. So this is it. I hope you liked the video, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.